If you want to become magnetic, you shouldn't just focus on your appearance. Did you know that just like a magnet, your body is also a magnet? Have you ever noticed you feel drawn to some people and feel like they're so magnetic? They have this beautiful aura around them and you just want to be close to them? Yeah, those people, they're not different than you. Just like a magnet has its north and its south pole, you are also a magnet. Your north pole is your brain and your mind, and your south pole is at the base of your spine. So there are multiple energy centers in your body. If you've ever seen this, I will blend it in. If you've ever seen this, then you know that we have multiple centers in our bodies which act as tiny little minds. Those are the places that we have our glands that produce certain hormones. When you're living in survival mode, you live by the lower three energy centers in your body. Let's say you're living by the hormone of stress, then your body has to draw energy from around. So the energy cannot flow through your body because it is in survival mode. It needs that energy to function. So what happens is your energy gets stored specifically at those centers. It's either your first chakra, your second, or your third. And each of them are responsible for producing certain hormones. Each of them are also responsible for different emotions that you feel. When this goes on for long enough, what happens is that you don't function like a magnet. You become just a piece of metal. So to become magnetic, you have to know how to let the energy in your body flow so it can create an electromagnetic field around you. To create your own magnetic field and affect matter, just like a magnet does that attracts metal, you have to become aware and work on one thing: your breath. Just for context, biologically and scientifically saying, you have a fluid that is filtered from your blood, which is called the cerebrospinal fluid, if I pronounce that right. This fluid moves up and down your spine. So this fluid protects your brain and your spine, and also transports the nutrients and chemicals to different parts of your nervous system. So each time we inhale and exhale, this fluid is being pumped up our spine all the way up to our brain. And a whole cycle takes 12 hours. Your brain is basically being flushed twice a day. What yogis thousands of years ago already knew is that there is energy, which they call prana, moving through you, which is basically that. Looking at it from the biological perspective, this fluid contains proteins and salt. And this is important because when they dissolve in the solution, they become charged. When you accelerate this movement, you're literally charging with energy, electricity. The point is, there are breathing techniques out there that will help you to get this energy and the fluid moving. So in a simple way, the more you get this energy flowing, the more magnetic you become, because it creates a magnetic field around you, which, if we make it even simpler, then it just means we have to get out of survival mode and all the emotions and thoughts that come with this. As I mentioned, there are a lot of breathing techniques to get this life force energy flowing through you. There's so many online that you can look up. So my message to you with this video, the first step to changing your magnetism and your attraction and also your life is to focus on what stresses you, how you can change that, what keeps us in survival mode, and working on that is the first step and lays the foundation for everything else that comes after. Because you're just trying to forcefully change what you think, what you feel about yourself when you look in the mirror, and all these superficial practices that are being taught to people, which are not necessarily superficial, but they are superficial when you never got to the root, will not change anything about your life, and it will stress you out even more when you notice that it's not really doing anything and you're not really making any progress. It makes you feel stuck in your life when you find video after video and all this knowledge out there that tells you just do this and just do that. But all of these things might have worked for someone else to help them get out of their stress, but it doesn't help you because you probably need your own. You need your own way of getting out of this. And that's why some things may work and some things don't. It's because you have to figure out for yourself, and only you know what it really is that you store in your body. Which traumas do you store in your body that you keep repeating to yourself? What is it that you feel when you wake up and you step back into this loop of the same thoughts and the same actions and the same behaviors? You react the same way to the same to even new things. It feels like there is never a way out of this because there's so many layers that the root kind of suffers from underneath. So you have to peel away each layer just like an onion, and the only way to do this is to start with your own self. And there are ways to do this, and the most universal way to do this, which is one thing I personally think applies to everyone and will help everyone, are not specific techniques. It's your breath. That is the most universal way to find your own way to yourself, to becoming magnetic, to becoming your ideal self, living your desired life. It all starts with your breath. I hope this takes a little bit off a little bit of pressure, to know that you don't need more and more and new stuff. It's literally just focusing on your breath and making that energy flow. You don't need anything for this. You start with your own self. If you want to hear my recommendations on breathing exercises that help me personally, we can do that in another video. Just let me know in the comments. If there's anything that resonated with you, let me know. And yeah, see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, honey. Bye.